Hello, Abigail here with another pick a pile reading. This pick a pile reading is what does the universe want to co-create with you? We're going to look at the possible time frame for this co-creation, what it is, signs and synchronicities around it, how it's going to unfold, guidance for what you may need to do as a participant in this co-creation. Because this is like building something with the universe, you might feel called to more than one pile because there are often more than one options when it comes to the things that we want to build and create out in the world. So feel free to choose more than one. If you already know which pile you want, you can jump to that now, but I'm going to go over the crystals and their shapes, and you can also use this as a method to pick your pile. So starting off pile number one, we have this quartz tortoise. Love it, clear quartz. He has like a sad little face, which I think is kind of cute. Then we have this flower agate dino, very cute, adorable tummy. And then we have this ocean jasper elephant, which they're so happy and exuberant. I love them. So pick your pile, and I will see you all at your respective piles. Hello, pile number one. You selected this clear quartz tortoise. This cute little guy is going to go up here. We're going to get into what the universe wants to co-create with you, starting with this astral house from the tea leaves. And then we will get into kind of the vibes of this creation, the things you need to do. I am thinking of, depending on Spirit's guidance, of asking like if you maybe are like in the middle, beginning, or end of a process, because you might be actively in the middle of co-creating. But let's turn this over. So the universe wants to create success with you. Love that. So success. Success can mean a lot of different things. So we will look into possibly what kinds of success, what that means, how we're going to get it. Let's start off with some tarot, and then we'll move into some oracle, and then maybe some tarot again. Okay, dokie. So start with this deck. See what comes through. What is the nature of this success? What are the primary goals? Any information that we need about the success that the universe wants to build with you. Starting off, we have Two of Pentacles, so definitely financial in nature. And then we have the Fool. Okay, so this is new and different. This might be a different version of success than something that you've ever considered. Also, the Two of Pentacles, some of you might be at a point where you're kind of navigating what you perceive and view as success. And then the Seven of Cups. Oh yeah, so options, options, options. So with this, the success is new. I think this is the beginning of a certain kind of success. Doesn't mean that you haven't already started on a specific journey, but the way that you are perceiving and connecting with your success is different. You have a different perspective. You are juggling options right now of a different way to go. I don't think this means you have to like get a completely different career or anything, but it is about approaching success in a different way and really connecting with what success means for you, what your values are when it comes to success, and how success is going to bring you what you want, rather than going with success in kind of like, what the world or society views as success. I want to see what the energy, what energy the universe is bringing into this, what energy your child self is bringing into this. Like, what energies do we have here? Become aware, listen to the wisdom of the body. I love that. So this is about you really listening to what you think success is and what you feel success is in your body, inside the way that you move, the way that you feel. Also, this journey to success with the universe is only going to happen if you connect to yourself, if you connect to your body, if you connect to your own energy, if you listen to what your body actually needs when it comes to success. Because here's the deal, like, not everyone is built for a really bustling, activity heavy life. Like, maybe you're not meant to hustle, but maybe you are meant to, like, steadily build income over time. I do think with the Fool, there is an element in the success of, like, speed and instantaneousness, that there are options. And it's not about instant gratification. It's about you kind of, once you click, things start moving. Once you connect to what success truly means for you in this moment, the wheels are going to start to turn. The universe is going to start to shift things. You're going to come out of this juggling energy of not knowing what to do with the things that you have, and, like, be able to truly move forward in, like, an authentic and clear way. With the Seven of Cups, this can come in a myriad of different options and shapes. I don't think there's necessarily one path that the universe and you are cultivating together, but it's about making the choices that sit the best in your body as we move through things. It's about listening to your emotions and your feelings, and not minimizing the way that your intuition works, or the things that come through, just because they, like, don't seem like they would work out on the surface. It is about you trusting your inner voice and your inner calling, and also trusting that when things haven't gone well, especially in the past, that it was not you getting cut off from success, but the universe shifting you towards a direction that is better for you overall in the long term. Something towards longevity, something towards strength, and towards a built power over time, rather than just, like, kind of like a one and done and then you're just left with nothing. So definitely listening to your body. We're going to pull another oracle. I have this water oracle, and see what is success going to look like when you get it, or feel like, because this water deck is very emotive. The sacred well, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. Yeah, so the success that the universe wants to build with you is not about material success. Now, I think material success is going to come in, but it's coming in the context of what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you feel whole, what is sustainable for you. And I think some of you maybe subconsciously are like, oh, this isn't, like, I'm not going to be able to have success in the way that I want it, because I don't want, like, I don't want to, like, grind 24/7. I don't want to, like, give up parts of myself, but that's the only way I've been told success is to be attained. You are going to find success through alignment to your sacred body, through alignment to your highest self, through alignment with what you know works for you. You are going to find success and abundance and fulfillment in your own way. And it's about trusting this, and trusting that the universe is going to come alongside you and work with you on this dream, on this hope, on this desire. All right, let's pull a probably a moon card next. Let's do a moon card. What is the lunar energy? The lunar energy, because the lunar cycle is the fastest cycle in the cosmos, because it orbits the Earth instead of the sun. And so, what is the energy that you'll be working with in this co creation? It's the lunar energy, the day to day, the cycle of months. Oop, North Node. Step out of your comfort zone, which is interesting because we've been talking about, aligning and working within your sense of comfort. But I think that what you are comfortable with now is not what you are actually comfortable with. This is about stepping out of what you think is going to work, and what you've been told is going to work, and what you've seen other people do, and doing what specifically works for you, and believing in your unique path. Because the North Node in astrology is a place in the sky where the eclipses happen. Eclipses happen multiple times a year. Usually there's 2 eclipse seasons. Well, there's always 2 eclipse seasons, but it depends on how many happen in a year based on when it happens, because the zodiac does not follow the Gregorian calendar. And sometimes we can have 2 eclipses, and on a rare occasion we can have 3, or things like that. So this is a place where change and transformation, I also think this is a timeless reading, doesn't matter what happens, but I do think that a lot of your forward motion is going to happen during eclipses. So it would behoove you to check out when the eclipses are in the next period of time. And we're going to look into what the time frame for this building of success. Obviously, it's going to expand probably longer than that, but like, what are we looking at for things to start to feel like they're moving is what I'm going to ask next. I'm going to pull another deck in, another tarot deck. Ask what is the time frame. Then we get the Hangman, LOL. Too funny, hilarious universe, giving us all the jokes. Let's move these guys up a smidge. Maybe we can get the Hanged One in here a bit more. So yeah, this is the myth of Sleeping Beauty. There's an element of things being stalled right now. It is also, the 12 in the tarot. And so it's giving a year to me, especially with 12 months, especially with it feeling a bit stalled, like this is going to be a bit of a slow release. Now, remember that success, has many different forms. So this is like, it's not like you're not going to see anything until this happens. Yeah, the Hierophant. Major Arcanas too, which is really interesting. We're getting these majors. There's something that you need to learn in the next 12 months to build your success. I don't know that it's necessarily having to go back to school. Yeah. But you need, with the Four of Swords here, you need to accumulate some kind of trade, some kind of skill set in order to move things forward. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy necessarily, but you need to build up some kind of skill set to get your success. I also think that this is time necessary for you to connect to your body, for you to start taking care of yourself. Also, with the sacred well and replenishment, it feels like this group might also really struggle with feeling like they're not getting enough. And I'm not here to say that you're getting enough, because times are difficult, and I think all of us are running on empty in some area of our life. But to shift that perspective from it's never going to be enough to anything is possible. I'm not saying going even all the way to like, oh, there's always going to be enough, but going from there's never enough to it is possible for us to get enough, versus this idea that like nothing's ever going to be okay. We're never going to get what we need. Moving beyond that and coming into a space where we believe that our success is possible. This is also very North Node. The North Node is this point of constant progression and change that the soul moves towards cosmically. And so, firstly, your success is never a fixed point. And secondly, it's about this forward progression with an ever changing goal. Now, does it not mean, does it mean that you're never going to like achieve success because it's always the moving goal point? No. You are going to get to that, to the goalpost multiple times in your lifetime. But what the universe is saying is like, be open to allowing things to shift and change, to move with the energy, especially with the energy of the Fool. There's this concept and this idea of like constantly stepping off into something new over and over again, and believing in the possibility of success and change within this kind of endless cycle that we exist in life that just is what it is. With the Hanged One, I think you're not going to perceive, and the Four of Swords, you are not going to perceive success until it literally smacks you upside the head. So understand that you have a pretty high bar for what you think success is, which is not a bad thing. But it can mean that you miss out on some of the signs that success is coming, that you are building success, that you are gaining and achieving more is hard for you to be aware of, because you're like, it's not enough, it's not happening, it's not coming, things aren't moving. They are. I think with the 6 and become aware and listen to the wisdom of your body, if you can start listening to your body and listening to your intuition, I think you're going to see or have achieved something in 6 months. But the full achievement, a full cycle isn't going to happen for a year from the point of you seeing this reading. Now, if this reading does apply to you, but you feel that you're further along, use your own intuition to suss out how far along you are. So, for instance, you're like, yeah, 3 to 4 months ago, I was in this place. Then knock 3 to 4 months off of that 12 months. Yeah. Um, these readings are not about like, they're also general readings, but like it's not about exact stuff, but it's about moving with the feelings and also about honing your intuition as you listen to these readings rather than just being like, well, Abigail said this, and so it's never happening. It's like, no, you can actually speed up and slow down timelines for sure, especially depending on your unique birth chart and karma. But yeah, so it is you stepping out of what you think is normal into what is true to you, into what you find success into what you find attainable, into what you find works best for you. All right, what do we want to ask next? Getting all of my stuff here. All right, how are we going to find success? Now, I think we've already kind of covered that. I'm just looking at my notes. Um, we're going to find it through listening to our body. But is there any wisdom in the tarot for this success? The Hermit, the World, and the Nine of Swords. So we have 2 9s. You know, you are going to find success by being comfortable with sitting in what feels like lack, in sitting in your fear and facing it, while also believing that anything is possible. That is the antidote to these fears, to this sense of isolation. I also think the beginning of this journey, and this is kind of how you can tell where you are, the beginning of this journey is going to feel very isolating, very alone. People are not going to understand your vision, and that's fine. You have the Fool. No one understands the Fool in the moment of the Fool doing things, but they can look back and be like, oh, the Fool actually had a plan. The Fool actually was moving through things. Yes. So know that part of this journey is lonely. Part of this journey is going to cause anxiety and fear. Also with 9s, there's this kind of on the verge of something. So you're going to know that you're on the right path when you feel like you're on the edge of something, which is also very foolish. When you feel like you're about to do something, when something's about to happen, you keep having to push this envelope in order to move through this story and see this story out to its end for you to find your success. And also trusting that you are going to find it even in the darkest times, even in times when you are afraid, when someone tells you it's not going to work, believing that even if maybe this iteration isn't going to work, the universe is going to take whatever energy you've invested and compost it and make it valuable and worth it, even if things shift over time. Because, this is also very much feels like you on a journey to discover what success is for you, what it means to you. I will say, if you have an idea of what success is, think about it right now. Put it into the context, write it down, and then look as the months pass how your perception changes or if it stays the same, and use it as a guideline and as a stepping stone to even more. And I think you could probably stand, especially with the Fool and the North Node, to dream even bigger than you're dreaming. You're like, Abigail, if I dream bigger, there's more possible cost of failure. There's always a possible cost of failure. Yeah, you have to be bold and brave in this situation. Ooh. So we have the King of Wands, the Chariot, and the Death card. I know I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking like, what is something that can like be hopeful and like give this person guidance or direction. Pile number 1, what is their guidance? What's their direction? With the King of Wands, it is about pursuing what you want. It is about pursuing your dreams. It is about pursuing your hopes. It is about standing firm. And with the Chariot, also being flexible and adjustable with what is happening, with your circumstances, with the redirection and the information that you get from spirit and the universe. And we have the Death card. This is not just you finding success. This is a transformation and a rebirth. We also have the World card. The World card is the end. of the major arcana. We have the Fool, which is the beginning. There's a full spectrum happening here in your story to success in this year that you are embarking on that is going to bring in more. And it's not just going to bring you success, it is going to bring you transformation, it's going to bring you rebirth, it is going to bring you, with the Hierophant over here, it's going to bring you more education, more understanding. It is going to connect you to more people with the fact that this world has a couple in it. So, you know, understand that this is going to be a little bit of a dark night of the soul, but I sense that the point at which this starts is one. Like, you're not going to be going through more. You are currently, if you were at the beginning of this journey, you are currently in the dark night of the soul. You are currently in this death moment. You are currently the hermit. And so believe that there is more coming. Believe that there is something moving us forward and taking us closer to our dreams and desires and the things that we want. Alrighty, let me pull Normand. I want to see what is one practical guide for us. Interesting. We have 14 here, and it is a fox munching, crunching on a little pheasant is what that looks like. Pheasant or a chicken. Let's see. Yeah, there's an element here of the practical advice here is like, don't trust everybody. Not everyone wants what is best for you. Yeah, looking closer, it's a chicken. Not everyone wants what's best for you. Not everyone deserves to be kind of invited into your inner circle. Not everyone who offers help is going to be helpful. Some of them just want access to your energy. And this is not to make you paranoid, but just to like remind you to protect yourself, to give yourself grace and space, and to know that you are the best expert on you. And so while other people's information and insight can be helpful, not everyone has the best of intentions when offering advice. So, don't just take advice because someone gives it to you. And also, only with success specifically, only take advice from folks who have the life that you would want, or who have something in their life that you admire and want. I'm going to clear this space so we have room to read a few more cards. But yeah, only take advice from people who have something that you would like to infuse in your life, because why would you take energy from someone who's just nowhere in any place that you want to be? Doesn't mean you have to like disrespect them, but like, if they don't have the life that you want, then why are we taking advice from them? So I want some final guidance, anything that the universe has to say about this moment, about this journey to success for you, anything about important timing, important energy, whatever information comes through. Starting off the star, yes, ahaha. And I really love this star. I think jellyfish are just so insanely beautiful, and it's a very beautiful drawing of a jellyfish. So we have the star. This is a divinely guided journey. This is absolutely meant to be. Your success is meant to be. Also, interestingly enough, so they have like this compass here, but guess what this compass kind of looks like? Yeah, it looks like these little points of light in this success card. And so your success is preordained. It is going to happen. You don't need to be afraid that it won't happen. You just have to be on this journey and on this road. Three of Swords. The Page of Cups was flashing us in the other deck. I did wonder if I should pull it, but we got him anyways. This journey to success is not just a journey to success, which I think is very coming through very strongly in the Sacred Well. This is a journey of healing also, of healing old wounds, of healing old connections. With the Page of Cups, this is about messages and themes of the heart, and especially in the other deck, the child in it has a red thread moving through it, and so there's like an ancestral energy. You are also completing like familial, ancestral, energetic cycles. Your success is not just your success, it's the success of your family, it's the success of your healing, it's the success of your line. So, this is not to freak you out and make you feel overwhelmed, but like, you are guided and protected more than you know. And you are also going to receive signs and synchronicities with this Page of Cups as you move on to your journey, especially with, the Hermit earlier. It's like when you feel the most hopeless, when you feel like things aren't going to work out, you are going to get what you need at the right time, and also a sign that you are on the right path. Six of Swords. Do two more for final guidance here. The Magician. Ugh, I love that so much. And the Four of Pentacles. I think the four is really pulling us back to the beginning of this reading with the Two of Pentacles and like figuring things out. The Four of Pentacles is protective, protect your resources. This doesn't mean to become like super grabby and, unable to share your abundance and things, but reminding you to hold your success in a precious way. Like, don't squander it on other people. This is also the Four of Pentacles is like if someone wants you to give up stuff, especially I'm hearing for some of you romantic, do not give up your dreams for a romantic interest. No matter how much you love them, the people that love you will find a way to incorporate all parts of you. They will not require you to give up on your dreams. So that's what's coming through for four. But we have the Six of Swords. Your success is going to move you, maybe even physically, from the place that you are. So some of you need to be prepared to move. Maybe you already have moved. Once again, the Six of Swords is also a sign that, like, if you've moved recently, then you're already on this journey. You're already on this path to success. We also have the Magician. You have everything that you need within you. And it is time to activate it. It's time to take the Fool and the Magician and move forward with this, trusting in yourself, trusting in your hopes. Also with the Four of Pentacles, this is also developing like savings and knowledge and kind of physical tool sets over time to help you protect and safeguard your resources and assets. So pick up those skill sets. We had the Hierophant earlier, move forward, building your knowledge as you go, knowing that even after 12 months and you have attained something really wonderful, there will be more to attain, there will be more to learn. We have the North Node. You're going to be constantly learning and changing and growing. We also have the Six of Swords. This is a journey of forward motion, of progression. I think this interpretation is interesting because I think there is going to be a point within this journey where you do feel pretty overwhelmed, but that energy and that feeling of overwhelm is the sign that you need to move. Maybe it's physically, maybe it's simply just taking a physical action towards something, but you will get very clear signs from the universe when it comes to moving and timing and shifting and taking steps on this path. We will pull one last card, just for the road, about your success. We didn't really ask what your success might be. I think a lot of that reason is because that's for you to determine. Yeah, we get the High Priestess. It's for you to find out. It's for you to sit with. A part of this journey is you. Yeah, we got the world again. Is you sitting with yourself and making these decisions and choices for yourself outside of the context of anyone else. Your success. And also what's interesting is both of the decks had two figures. These have fish, and then the other one had a couple. It's about you coming together with the universe to create something and experiencing that journey with the divine rather than a set outcome. With a High Priestess, you're being called deeper and deeper into your own psyche, deeper and deeper into your own journey. I also think what might be helpful on this path could be maybe karmic remediation, past life work, any type of healing modality is going to be really helpful, especially with the Three of Swords and the Star. And I kind of lightly passed over the star besides being like, oh, it's so gorgeous. But, you are destined for something unique and different. And maybe, greatness is definitely subjective, but you are destined for more than what you have now. you are destined for something unique and magical, and you are going to shine in some sphere. And so, in this kind of moment of maybe struggle or this long, dark hermit journey, know that there will come a time when you will see the light of day, when you will be kind of called forth. Also, we have another one of these beams of light in here. You know, you are going to shine in the things that you create with the universe. And this journey is about you getting clear about what success means to you. Anyways, my dears, this reading was all about what the universe wants to co create with you. They want to co create your success. I am super excited for you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow. If you have any comments or questions, you can pop them down below. You can also ask for a specific kind of reading. If you want to claim this reading, you can use the little sparkle emoji to show that you were here and to claim. You can also do 666 as a sign that you are a part of this cohort, group number 1. But I wish you many blessings, and take a moment today to really ask yourself, or in the coming weeks, to really ask yourself what success would look like, and remove like the boundaries of like what society thinks success is. And I think that is really the perfect next step for you on this journey as you discover what you and the universe are going to be creating together. Anyways, many blessings. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your reading on what the universe wants to co-create with you. You selected this adorable little flower agate dino or dragon, depending. He doesn't have wings though. He's very precious. From somewhere where he's visible. A little shelter there. So what does the universe want to co-create with you? The universe wants to co-create love. Love it. Love, 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 love. We'll stick it next to, oh, sorry, little guy. Well, actually, I'm going to stick you over here. Right in there. Wants to co-create love with you in the next. Now, we're going to talk about what kind of love this is. We will talk about time frames. We will talk about, you know, how the universe sees this happening, all of these things. But, you know, the universe wants to create love, and this feeling of love and this sense of love. I'm also really getting that this group is pretty lonely in this moment. And so, you know, love can be many things. It can be community, it can be care. We're going to see what kind is coming through. But I want to kind of take a look at what the vibes are for now with this oracle deck. This is the name, but it's there it is, Inner Child Oracle. And so what does your inner child want to say about this journey? And what does the universe want to say? Let love, oh, this is perfect. Let love guide you. Choose to see the good in the world today. This is about finding love. And this is about not only like finding external love, but allowing the love that you have to lead you forward into what you're going to create when it comes to love. Also love the number 24 there, which numerologically would also be a 6, you know, which was also, interestingly enough, what pile number 1 had. So maybe there's something in pile number 1 for you. But, you know, it can be hard when there's a lack of love to find the vibration of love in our bodies, because it just can feel so empty. You know, it often can lead to things like being touch starved, or, you know, not feeling connected and feeling isolated. And it can feel really hard to like raise that vibration. And I think a part of this journey of finding love is about you finding that vibration within yourself. And I'm not saying, oh, in order to like find love, you have to be okay with being alone. I genuinely actually don't think that most humans are meant to be alone. And maybe your idea of like with people is friends or families, but the whole like idea of getting used to be alone is crazy. We literally are creatures that are built to work in groups, that are built to be in like communities. That's how we like survive to this point, is by living in community with others. And so I understand the pain of isolation and loneliness. And this is about kind of, while going out and creating a life full of love for yourself with the universe, it's also about remembering that you have your own vibration and we kind of have to dig through the pain and the isolation to find it. I want to pull a Healing Waters Oracle card for you. How are we going to find love? What is the way that we can access it? This deck has a lot of really great cards for stuff like this. Let's see. Bring out the perfect card for pile number 2 when it comes to love. Mist. Trust your inner compass, be led from within. Yeah, and that's kind of what we were talking about, right? With like there being a vibration of love within you that maybe you're feeling cut off from or isolated from because you are feeling very alone in this moment. And you know, you can have friends and desire romantic love, you can have romantic love and desire friendships, you can have family love and desire both of those things. You know, you can have romantic love and desire family love. And so this is about finding what love means for you, finding what connection means for you. I do think a good portion of this group is looking for romantic love, but I don't want to just only focus on that and cut out. What I think I'll do is I will maybe pull separate cards, maybe for the different groups. We'll see how spirit guides. I set up a rough framework and then I let the universe do the rest. All right, so let's get into some tarot for some information on the kind of love, what this journey is going to look like, what the creation process is, where we are, maybe some timing. I kind of let timing be fluid, like I can find it anywhere whenever the cards call. Two of Swords. What's really interesting is pile number 1 also started with a 2, so there's a choice in here. In this desire for love, there's a choice. We're going to see what kind of choice. 6 of Wands. Oh, I love that. Very powerful. And the 9 of Swords. Interesting. So yeah, this comes back to that kind of like fear of isolation, and not having what we need. With the 2 of Swords, I also think that there are choices presented to you, and there have been in the past where you have had to choose between what is best for you and community, what is best for you and what you perceive as love, what is best for you and your romantic partner, what is best for you, well, probably now ex, what is best for you and your family group. And so there is a fear moving forward in finding love that you are simply going to find the same energy again, the same people who claim to love you, but then are like, oh, only if you do it my way, only if it's about my success, only if it's about what I want or what's best for the family group. And you get kind of left out. And so in this search for love, and I think what the universe wants to like work with you on overcoming so that you can move forward, is you finding people who don't make you sacrifice your own success in order to be loved, that don't make you sacrifice the best parts of yourself in order for them to feel safe and comfortable in your connection. Especially if this is romantically, it's like about finding a partner who's like celebrates you and like believes in you and doesn't like get intimidated when you want stuff. Also, with the 6 of Wands, in this next stage, the universe is asking you to choose people who align with you when it comes to your values. You like do not sacrifice your values for a momentary connection. Do not sacrifice your values for fitting in to a group. I do want to pull to see what the lunar energy is. The moon is the fastest moving object. Ooh, we have 2. Oh, and you have moon. Interesting. You have parts of the moon cycle. So we have a waxing moon, which is when the moon to um, first starts to like become full. And then we have the gibbous moon, which is the other direction, which is when the moon starts to wane. And so there is this very real push and pull here. No, I don't think this one. No, gibbous is not when it's about to wane. Gibbous is when it's about to be full. So this is right after a new moon, and this is right before a full moon. So energy is gaining momentum, and you are very close to achieving your goal. So For group number two, love is not that far off, whatever your definition is. It's not that far off. I'm getting the sense that you have done a lot of work around this. And while you were probably still seeking and desiring love, you're also like, I'm not accepting less, even though there is this fear around getting into a situation again where you were asked to be less so that someone else can be comfortable and someone else can have their needs met and etc. And the goal here, especially the Two of Swords, is to find people that are in alignment. I keep knocking this guy over. I'm sorry. I love you. But the energy is gaining momentum and you're very close to achieving your goal. I think for pile number two, now obviously love and this is a lifelong pursuit. And there are different kinds of love. There's love between parents and children. There's love between friends. There's love between partners and lovers. There is love between, grandparents and children, all these things. But you are very close to achieving this. And it's about tuning in and connecting to your own frequency of love so that you can call in people with a similar frequency. So you're not constantly having to sacrifice and give up parts of yourself and give up things so that you can experience love. And I would argue that that's not really true love when someone is constantly asking you to give up parts of yourself. It also is just like innately incompatible. So I want to pull some tarot for this, see what the messages are. I think we're going to find some timing in here. Like I said, I think the timing is close because you're kind of sandwiched between, this is roughly like a 12-day period. Now, is it going to be 12 days? Probably not, because things tend to span over time, but something might come up in the 12 days that prove to you that love is coming. You're going to get a sign, a synchronicity. Also, while this is timeless, I am reading this during a waxing moon. And so, because we just had a new moon in Gemini. Now, like I said, this is timeless, so it does not need to be around a new moon in Gemini, but we're literally reading this. Energy is of a waxing moon. The energy of love is gaining momentum in your life. You're already on the journey to love and you're very close to achieving your goal. We just have to know what very close means. Four of Wands. Love it, love it, love it. Just realized my camera's not quite as tilted the direction I would like it to be able to see the whole card, but that's a Four of Wands. Let's see if I can move these guys up. See that it's a Four of Wands. So we have the Four of Wands. Ooh, a jumper. Five of Wands. Interesting. This card. Yep, Temperance. Okay, interesting. So Four of Wands. It's coming. This sense of security is coming. Also, there's a lot of fire energy here, as well as Swords energy with air. That stability is not that far away. With the 4, with 24, and with a 6, honestly, 4 to 6 months max for you to find what you think love is. Now, obviously, like I said, it's a continuing journey, but you start to experience the love that you put out in the world and you wish to have, whatever kind of love that is. With the Five of Wands and Temperance, I think there are still some people in your life competing for your attention and maybe also kind of, what do I want to say? Yeah, people who are just kind of like grabbing at your attention, people who don't have the same kind of goals and hopes and dreams, still kind of pulling on you a bit. And like you haven't released those people and those connections yet. So there is a need for you to kind of choose better relationships, people who are more aligned, people who are connected to you in this love vibration that you're putting out versus people who just want access to your energy. With the mist, I also think you're not going to see it until it is here. Like over the next 4 to 6 months, you're not going to like I said, I think you're going to see something shift in 12 days. But like the full, like fully feeling held and loved is going to take 4 to 6 months, and then obviously longer than that because it's a continuing lifelong journey. But trust your inner compass, be led from within. You are going to have to go off of instinct on this. And so anything that doesn't feel right, especially with our friend, the temperance card here, this is about aligning. This is also something that came through in pile number one about needing to like feel the feelings in their body of like, what do I need? What works best for me? This is about aligning yourself to the Six of Wands and this Four of Wands. What do you want when it comes to love? And not accepting anything less. Because if you accept anything less, you will be back in this Nine of Swords energy, which is like fear and anxiety about not getting what you need, which is very real. But like, you get to make these choices. You get to clear out your life and to put people in your sphere and in your life and allow people in who do align with you. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this Nine of Pentacles is giving that vibration, is giving you the Wheel of Fortune and Jupiter, Eight of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, so once again, Eight of Swords, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to feel trapped and like nothing's happening until it happens. So you're going to have to trust yourself, the universe, who's co-creating with you, co-creating and finding love. That is going to happen. With the Wheel of Fortune, I think it's looking back, you'll be able to be like, oh, I see the progression of time. But in the moment, you're going to be like, oh my God, this love that I have been seeking has just beamed down. And with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, you need to focus on yourself right now. The love will find you in the vibration of what you love the most. So feeding yourself good food, doing things that you enjoy, investing back into yourself. These things are going to heighten this vibration of love. And when I say by high vibration, I'm not doing the whole high, low vibrational thing. Yeah, a lot of us live in poverty, and technically that's low vibrational, but it's not our fault. So I think that is, yes, personally. But I do believe in vibrations. I used to be an opera singer. So if I didn't believe in vibrations, singing might be difficult. But with this Nine of Pentacles here, it is about feeding into yourself. It's about focusing on material stuff. I also think a lot of you have other dreams that you're dealing with, which is why I think pile number two should check out pile number one and then possibly three. I haven't done the reading for that yet. But the more that you feed into yourself, the faster this comes in. And you're like, oh, if I'm only focusing on myself, I'm isolating myself. Not necessarily. You think you're isolating yourself. You're not isolating yourself. You are creating the vibration that's going to bring the people in that you need. And the universe, when that vibration hits, is going to drop them in your lap. So there is no need to like constantly be like putting your energy out. It's cliche, but like, I don't chase, I attract. You are pulling people in now with this kind of vibration. I would also suggest maybe doing a meditation where you like imagine, maybe like use this rainbow here. You imagine like a rainbow in your heart space. Oops, my cards just dropped. You imagine a rainbow in your heart space, and as you are imagining it in your heart space, it like grows and expands into your auric field, into the whatever room you're in, or if you're outside, whatever neighborhood you're in, and further expanding beyond even the world, if you want to go that far, and out into the universe. And doing this practice daily, saying, I am love, I am attracting love, I am divinely protected, divinely guided, I will find, or if you can go a step further too, you say, I have love. I have love. I have, my needs met. I have my desires fulfilled. I have magic and wonder in my life, and everything that I desire comes to me. Things like that. You can make up your own. You can write down what I just said. You can look for mantras online. But, you are going to get this love, but it's about recentering the story on you and what you deserve and on what you desire. I'm going to pull a Lenormand to see if there's any like little insights. I like the Lenormand because they're very good at like pointing out what's going to happen or like what you need to know about what's going to happen. You could argue the tarot does too, but there's kind of like a practical element, at least, to this deck. The cross. Okay, so the cross is a really interesting card because it does kind of signify like possible dangers or issues um, about something maybe not going so well. But I think in this case, because there's also an element of depending on distance in the reading you're doing, you know, if it's going to hit that way. For me, the cross is you coming out of a time where you were kind of needing so much protection that you're even kind of being protected from other connections. And so the cross is here to be like, we're coming to the other side of something. We have been through it. We have experienced things that we did not like. We've had a breakdown in what we considered love. We've maybe even had our entire vision of what love is changed by someone else's behavior or actions. But we are coming to the other side of it, and we need to have faith that we are going to find and connect to what we need. And we are going to receive this love before we are at a point where we are desperate for it. Although I'm sensing that as I say that, there's like a quiver, and it's like, oh, this group already feels desperate. And I understand that, but desperate in the sense of like, I cannot go on anymore without love, without connection, without care. Pull. That's about timing. We already kind of, it's 4 to 6 months, but I want to see. We got the death card in the last one too. The Pentacles. Ooh, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, with, I don't know that this is timing. I asked for timing, but this isn't feeling like timing. Give me one moment. Yeah, this is coming from that quiver that I just felt of feeling desperate. With the Five of Pentacles, there are past disappointments. With the Death card, we have ended something, lost something, whether it be a family connection, whether a friendship ended, or a lover is now an ex. And the message here, and this ties into the cross, is with the Page of Pentacles, is you're coming into a time where you get to reinvest, where you get to reimagine what love is for you. And you get to re-embrace and recreate this idea of love rather than having to sit in this energy. But we do have to honor the transformational energy and accept the lessons in order to move forward. And it's about acceptance at this point that we were mistreated, while also with the Six of Wands, maintain the Four of Wands, maintaining hope and believing in something better. Yeah, and with the Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands, yeah, Queen of Swords, sorry. It's about reclaiming what love is for you. It is about reclaiming that, taking it away from the people who have broken your heart, taking away from the people who have stolen from you or taken your sense of love and connection and misused it or abused it or minimized it. And this journey, this co-creation, the universe wants you to help you get it back, to help you create this vibration for yourself, to help you pull in love, to help you pull in connection and care. I am going to clear these cards to get a kind of final guidance and read for you about in the next 4, because they refuse to tell me any more about timing. They're like, girl, we already told you. We already told you timing. What are you doing? I'm like, but let's confirm it again. They're like, no, we're not confirming it again. Yeah, I love how the cards call me on my BS. I have Earth Big 3, and so I like to reaffirm things. They're like, no, we will not be reaffirming anything for you. So I also think it's interesting. I said this is about a 12-day period, and 36 is 12 3 times. And so there is an element of 12 involved here as well, but I don't think it's necessarily months. I think because we're dealing with the moon, we're talking about days to weeks, and 12 weeks is what, 3 months, which fits kind of into our keep shuffling, into our like 4 to 6 month period. Let's see. And like I said, I think you're going to get confirmation of this sooner. It's just like how long it's going to develop for you to feel safe and secure in the energy of love, which honestly, 4 to 6 months is not long, even though it feels long. So, what is a final guidance for this group? Is there anything this group needs to do in order to move this journey along besides things that we've already discussed? Page of Wands, Six of Pentacles. It. I think it's because this deck is small. Do I want to keep these? Yeah, why not? These because this deck is small, but I drop them all the time. All right. So you have the King of Wands over here. Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So with the Page of Wands, you do have to return to a childish innocence belief, not completely, but in a sense, when it comes to love, you have to believe it's possible. You have to believe it can happen. Also, we have another Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, which we had about this kind of like being able to restart and to reimagine what love can look like in our life. Also, Six of Pentacles, you are going to have to start to engage in reciprocity, even if there's a chance that it won't work out. That is something we're going to have to overcome in this cycle. The only way you're going to find love is if you are willing to invest in it again. Now, with the King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, it doesn't mean you need to throw yourself willy-nilly at the what do I want to say? At the hands. You don't have to like put yourself at risk in order to love, but you do need to be willing to experience heartbreak in order to engage in love, because love of any kind always has the chance of, disappointment. Yeah, and as I pull Five of Wands, I do think that as you go on this journey to find love and connection, I do think that you are going to meet people who are of a similar energy to what you experienced in the past. And in that, you are going to have to be like, and we got the Five of Wands earlier as well. You are going to have to let those people go. This is a reminder. You have to release the people in your life who are still not participating in love in the way that you deserve. Jesus. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. I also think this ties into that Nine of Pentacles. Continue to invest in yourself, especially with these two eights here. Like, release the need to lock something in, release the need to have absolutes. And you're like, well, then what do I do? Like, I want to know, I want these things. Yes, agreed. But like, in moments of doubt, in moments when you start to feel that panicky feeling that you're going to lose someone again or something, go back into yourself, go back into your vibration of love, go back into your connection with love to ground you and to remind you of what you deserve and to give yourself the reassurance you need when someone else doesn't. And if it continues, then that's also a sign with the Five of Wands that like this person's not meant for you. And with the Page of Pentacles, this is you relearning what love means to you and redefining it. And that's what the universe is helping you to navigate and to find in this co-creation. And they are going to bring you love, but it's about, centering in for yourself. Yeah. And Three of Swords, we got this in pile number 2 as well. This is not just a journey about love, it's a journey about healing and about, and we got the Nine of Pentacles again. Yeah. Healing and coming to terms with what you deserve and who you are. And you are going to find love, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, as you build yourself up. I think specifically as you build your own career, as you build your own success, as you build your own. And I think for some of you, I can sense that you're like, part of my success involves a partner. Yes. And so create that life so that they can join you in it. I'm feeling the need to pull one more card. I'm definitely a one more card person. I generally end up pulling more than one, but we'll see if I can stick to it. Ten of Swords. I don't want to leave us on a Ten of Swords, especially one that has a sad little High Priestess. This came out in the final guidance for pile number 2 as well, the High Priestess. There is a theme here, and the Two of Pentacles, and the Star, which also came out for that other group. Yeah, this is about deciding what you want. With the Ten of Swords, it is about releasing the need to know, releasing the need to have reassurance all the time. Now, once you find the people that love you, they will reassure you. But in this moment, being like, I can move forward without knowing that things will be okay all the time. Knowing that love requires sacrifice. And with the Two of Pentacles, this is another call to be like, you really need to focus on your material well-being to build this vibration of love, to build the future that you want so that people can come in and share it with you rather than waiting and stalling. Ten of Swords. We also had the Eight of Swords earlier. For something to change, change will find you on your road to success, which success was the topic of the last reading. Interesting that that's what came out of my mouth. And we have the Star. This is a divinely guided journey. You are about to receive something you have wanted for a long time, that you have experienced disappointment in. You are going to be cared for. Also, the number 17 might be important. 17th of the month. 17 might be like a number that you see right before you bring this love into your life. But yeah, it's about feeding into yourself. It's about raising your vibration to attract and draw in others. And the universe is here to create and help you build that vibration in order to create love in your life and to bring it in and to have that fullness. And I'm feeling the need to pull another card. Such a little card hode. Addicted to the tarot. Yeah. I also think with the Fool and Seven of Wands, you're right on the verge of something. This pile is about to receive love, but with the Seven of Wands, you got to stick to it. You got to hold on. And I'm not sure that I talked too much about the Six of Pentacles, and it's right next to another six, reaffirming our sixth timeline here. With this, it's about using reciprocation to vet people, seeing if people are willing to share, if people are willing to connect with you in this way, to see if people are willing to give and receive. And it kind of comes back to the Six of Wands and values, and like people who are willing to and also want to kind of work in the same way. This is also about people having the same vision, especially with like the Star and the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the same vision for the future. Those are the type of people that you need to be calling in, connecting with. And at this point in your life, the only people you're going to be able to maintain a long-term love connection, friend, family, lover, whatever, are going to be people who share your values and who connect with you on a deeper, more psychic level. I also think a lot of you may have already connected to these loves in the astral plane. And it's about also kind of channeling that like preset connection to bring them in a way that is more timely for you. Anyways, my loves, this is my reading for you. As always, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. For this group, if you want to claim this reading, you can use the little red heart emoji. We have it on these cards, or pink heart emoji, whatever heart emoji you feel aligned with. To claim this, you can also put 444 down below to claim as well. You can always comment on this. I would love to hear if it resonated or not. You can always ask questions. You can also request a specific reading in the comments. But I hope that this was helpful. The universe wants to co-create love in your life, and I truly believe it is coming in very soon. And as long as you focus on yourself, it will come in faster than you think. Anyways, my loves, many blessings, and I hope to see you in another one of my readings. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You selected this Ocean Jasper elephant, this little cutie. I will set them down up here. This is a reading about what the universe wants to co-create with you. We're going to use this tea leaf astral house to give us the theme. It is happiness. The universe wants to co-create happiness with you. This is so beautiful. Happiness has a lot of definitions. So we're going to look and try to see like what this means, if it aligns with your energy, etc. I will say there's been a bit of a theme in these readings about kind of like a part of this attainment is also like you defining what this is for you. Like I said, I feel like these readings, like multiple piles could apply to multiple people. And like if you're one person, you could look at multiple piles because pile number 1 and pile 2 were pretty interconnected. Different timelines for different things, but definitely intertwining energy, if you will. So the universe wants to co-create your own happiness. Let's look at this inner child oracle to see kind of how that is manifesting and like what is the most important thing right now. Today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. So it's time to seize your happiness now. It's time to commit to finding happiness, commit to connecting to your own happiness and your own joy. It is time to really go after it and like believe also that you deserve it and to not like allow yourself to wait any longer to seek out happiness. You deserve to be happy. It is time to go on this journey with the universe to find your own happiness. And, happiness can come in multiple ways. The other two piles were love and success. Those are ways in which we find happiness, which, like I said, might be a reason to go watch those piles as well. But let's pull from this Healing Waters Oracle to see what we have in here. I don't know if you can hear it. My mic's not pretty good, but my dog has tracheal issues and he's choking in the background. And then when I looked back, he was like, was that enough to get your attention and to make you stop doing this? No, Reggie, it's not. Mommy loves you a lot, my little golden baby. Anyways, back for my ADHD break. Let's see what the Healing Water Oracle has to say about you co-creating your happiness with the universe and what that might look like for you. Thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what is sustaining you. So this is kind of similar to the energy of pile number 2 in the sense of like, it is about creating the vibration of happiness within you. And part of happiness, at least in my perspective, is gratitude, is seeing the best possible things, is also seeing what we have currently and not diminishing them, not being like, oh, I can't ask for anything else because I've already been given stuff. No. But it is about being like, oh, I am thankful for what I have right now that is giving me happiness, and that is going to generate more happiness. Also, if you look in this one, we have birds here, and we also have these birds here. And so there is this element of something coming towards you. Birds are going to be very important. I think they're signs. Also, and here's the deal, you don't have to practice like toxic gratitude. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm happy all the time and I'm never sad and everything's okay, because we all know that's not how life works. But when you do find happiness, to really sit in that energy and amplify it and be thankful for it, and be like, something I say to people all the time is like, when you get something good, but maybe it's not quite the ultimate thing you're looking for, or it's just another good thing, be like, yes, thank you, universe, and I would like more of this. Thank you so much for this thing, but I would also like even more of this good thing, even more of this magic, even more of this wonderful blessing that is coming my way. I want to look at our lunar energy. The moon is the fastest moving object in the sky because it orbits Earth. And so it is a pretty solid energy to look into because it deeply affects the human experience. But let's see what is the lunar energy for you. We're not coming out yet. Nope, there we go. A new start is coming, a new moon. Nice. Now, interestingly enough, while this is a timeless reading, I am reading this right after a new moon. And so there is this energy in this reading of newness. And like I said, it's timeless, so you can watch this anytime. But I'll just say it was the new moon in Gemini, in case that's a synchronicity for some of you. It won't be for all of you. But there is a new happiness coming your way after what I'm sensing is maybe a, dearth of it, or a bit of a famine of happiness where things have been very difficult. There's just, and I'm just feeling this feeling almost of like breathlessness, or like there's like a little hold in my solar plexus of like something is about to give. This happiness that you are seeking, you are about to really start to feel in the flow of it. We're going to look at the cards to see how this is going to unfold. But I definitely sense that you are on the verge of starting something new, of entering a new frequency or timeline where you are going to achieve very real and lasting happiness. Yep, Four of Swords. Hello. Let's see. Ten of Cups. So what pile number one got in the first pull. Come to me. This deck is so tiny that sometimes this happens. Oop. Pulled my whole cloth off. Oops, turned that the wrong way. What is... I do like its size. It's very cute. It also has a tin. I'm like a sucker for a tin or a good card container. The weird things you discover when you become a reader. Okay, they're giving me 4. We'll do it. Knight of Wands, 6 Cups. So your happiness, firstly, we have the 4 of Swords. So that kind of feeling of like being held or like being stuck. Yeah, you've been kind of in an internal energy recently. Definitely felt like things are stalled. With the 7 of Cups, options are coming in, and there's no one way to attain your happiness. It is up to you to pick what works best for you. With the Knight of Wands and the 6 of Cups, this is about following your instincts and looking back on past versions of you and asking yourself, how has my happiness changed over time? And what is still true to me when it comes to what I find happiness to be? And really focusing in on, what you find to be happy. One second, I have a small dog snorking at me. Come here, baby, get down. It's hard in this format to do a small dog reveal, but he is very precious and very beautiful. And that's not just coming from me, multiple strangers. I'm not just one of those dog parents who's like, my child is the most beautiful child. Although maybe I am. Anyways, sorry, my ADHD. This has been a longer reading. My ADHD is off the chain. But with this Knight of Wands and 6 of Cups, it's about going to the past to ask yourself maybe where are places that I have sacrificed happiness for other things. And with the Knight of Wands, it's about getting back on track and then starting to pursue it with like a dogged, direct energy, like not giving up, demanding more, wanting more, desiring more. And with the 6 of Cups, it's also about asking yourself, what are the connections and the ingredients that you need to have happiness? And then once again, coming back to the Knight of Wands, being like, okay, then how do I get that? How do I achieve those things? I do want to pull another deck here to get into how this is going to lay out maybe what happiness means to you. Oop, got poof there. What happiness means to you. Any guidance that you need. Oh wait, the guidance is for later. This is just what happiness is and what's going to unfold. And also, can we get some timing? We do have a 36 here, which numerologically would be also a 9. Now, I think it's important to note that like happiness is an ever expanding journey, but like when are you going to feel that happiness? When are the universe and you going to manifest enough of that vibration for it to really make a difference in your life is really what's coming through. Like when you were sitting somewhere, maybe in a group of friends, maybe with a special someone, maybe you've attained something and you're like, wow, I am happy and I feel this feeling without having to like do the like roundabout manifestation work that's like, no, I am happy. I believe in happiness for myself. When will happiness be present for you? I think is what I want to ask. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Honestly, you're going to start to feel this soon, which makes sense with this new moon. You're going to start to feel it soon, and it's going to manifest in some form of stability. You're going to feel, I think for this pile, and I'm not saying boring. Stability doesn't mean boring. But for this pile, I think happiness equates to stability. And I think some of you are already with the 3, you're already well on your way, which is why this timeline is shorter. Also with the 30 and another 4 here, I would say 3 to 4 months to this moment where you're sitting, and you're like, wow, I'm happy. And I'm well on my way to being happy and to building a life where I am happy. This is coming in quite fast, comparatively. And like I said, with the new moon, you might even feel it sooner. You might even feel it 3 to 4 weeks, and then 3 to 4 months is when it really kicks in. Yeah, we have the Knight of Cups. It's also about going out and seizing it. It feels like some of you might be waiting for like permission to be happy in a weird way, and it's like, you don't need permission. Just go out and start pursuing your happiness. Like, do the thing is what's coming through. We also have this Eight of Pentacles. Like I said, I think many of you are well on your way to this. I love the bubbles. And so it's about continuing to do these things that bring you happiness and joy, continuing to commit to your happiness, to not accepting other people's versions or opinions, and to really focus in. Oh, the Fool came out in every single reading. Yeah, and to really go for it. This energy, Knight of Cups, the Fool, this is like, go for it. Like, you're already on your way, but like, the universe is asking you to have a extra level of like wild abandon, like really going out and seizing it. For some of you, I feel like happiness is like right at your fingertips, and you really just have to reach out and take it. And obviously happiness can ebb and flow, but this is kind of just the overall feeling that you are held and cared for, and like can experience joy because you're not stressed all the time. And so yeah, it's almost here. And a part of this is you going out and being like, it is mine. And we have this, today's the day. It's time to begin the journey. Like, yeah, get going. We have the Knight of Cups. Go out, take your happiness. And, don't let anyone else tell you what happiness means for you. You already have a pretty solid, knowledge of what it is. And you are also investigating kind of the overall story of happiness in your life to find keys and information, because there's more than one way to get happiness. And you were on this journey with the universe to discover and create that for yourself in your own unique way. You have the Knight of Wands, which is also that kind of feeling of like about to overcome something, about to move into a certain energy. The Queen of Pentacles. This was also a big theme for pile number 2. Yeah, this investing in yourself. Like, what is the key to this hurdle? And it is the Queen of Pentacles, which is investing in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, that is when the universe, in a very Jupiterian way, is going to go, here's all this goodness and abundance and wonderment and fulfillment and the joy that you want to feel. And I like that we're looking at like happiness, because it is so kind of nebulous that you can apply this to any dream or hope that you have. But the answer here is like, go for it. Like, do the thing. With the Queen of Pentacles, it is also about giving back to yourself and really nurturing and caring for yourself as a way to generate this gratitude and happiness, this vibration of joy and success and magic. Let's see, what else? Anything else for this pound? There may not be. We'll see. Give it maybe 2 more shuffles. See if, oh, a star. And this came out in both the other readings. LOL. Yeah, you are meant to find happiness. Your ancestors are out here helping you find happiness. They want you to be happy. Now, I will say, because I do a lot of ancestral work with clients, sometimes they have like a different opinion on what maybe happiness means to you. And so there is a level of like having to negotiate, but they truly want you to be happy. And so it would not be a bad idea to tap into your ancestral lineage to maybe do some ancestor work as you embark on this journey. But your dreams are going to come true. This is the card of hope, the card of attainment, the card of success. It is magic, and you are going to get it, and you are going to find it. And so that's kind of, I think, what this deck has for us so far. Before we remove that, I do want to go to the Lenormand for like a little little guidance. See what the Lenormand has to say for us. The snake. Yeah, and this is going to come through. In each one, there was kind of like just a little warning that things might not be all sparkly and light. But with the snake, this is a sign of someone in your life or just an energy around you of maybe people not wanting you to have happiness. You might even have someone in your life who is afraid that if you find happiness, you will abandon them. And that's not good energy. And not like good as in like, oh, people shouldn't be afraid of things, but like you should want your friends to have success and have more faith in your relationship than to think that like if someone else does well that they will leave you. And I will also say if that is the energy of someone around you, they probably are on their way out because that's not the energy that you were calling in with this happiness. Like suspicion and treason and betrayal is not giving gratitude and happiness. And so there is an element of just like there are some people who do not want your happiness. And so, like, maybe don't share everything online. Maybe wait to kind of share some stuff, until you've got some certain things set in stone. If there's certain people that, kind of watch you on your social media, but like never participate and never celebrate you, then maybe this is the kind of sign to, do a little purge, get rid of get rid of some of the people who just watch and who you don't really have a connection with anymore. But yeah, it's not like to make you paranoid, but just to be like, not everyone wants to see you happy. So, you know, do what is best for you and prioritize yourself over someone else. And if someone comes in with a bunch of doubts and fears, recognize that's projection on their part. All right, any guidance for group number 3 on this journey to happiness, on this path to co-creation with the universe, of co-creating a life of happiness and success and joy? The Two of Cups. Oh, and I love that it's penguins in this deck. The Knight of Cups. We already had the Knight of Cups, didn't we? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, you are going to need to be picky about your relationships. They really affect you. Knowing that if you are honest and upfront in your relationships, you will beget that energy and you will receive that energy back and it will propel you forward. This is also an indication that maybe your happiness includes other people, which it usually does, whether it is a partner or whether it is a friendship or a family dynamic, whatever it is. But the sense that I'm getting is that it is a newer relationship. It's not going to be an old one that is not functioning. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you like trash all your relationships. It could also mean that you need to reset some of your relationships, sit down, have an honest conversation with some folks about, your goals and dreams and who you are, and like set some fresh boundaries in place. The Fool again. Yep. I will say some of you are absolutely losing someone in your life, not like in a bad way, but you're definitely moving on from some relationships, and that's a part of your path to happiness. Also giving that with the Six of Cups here and the Knight of Wands as well. It's this energy of like moving on from the past, and like people can join you if they want to, but if they're not willing to kind of re-navigate and re-explore and re-understand some rules and boundaries, then they can't come with you. And so be ready in the next 3 to 4 months to see some people leave your life, knowing that it is because you and the universe are creating a happy life and they are not a part of it. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean they weren't, a wonderful person when at the right time, but it does feel like we're moving past some relationships. Strength card. The number 9. Speak to me. I say speak to me and it like throws up a bunch of cards. Okay, I'm not going to keep those, but I am going to keep these 2. Six of Swords. Yeah, big energy of moving on. With the Strength card and the Sun, it's also very much giving like a new version of you is being born. Not like you're not the same person, but like you are transforming, and this is creating a huge turnover in your life and your friendships. I do think because we've talked about how you're there's a sense of like you already being here, and now we're hitting a new phase of you already having done some of this work. Maybe as a good synchronicity is like, oh, I have had, a friend breakup, or I've had a romantic breakup, or I've had to set some boundaries or gone no contact with someone. These are signs that you are on the right path to your happiness. With the Strength card and the Six of Swords, I do think for some of you, we're looking at like maybe a physical move. It doesn't have to be, but having moved is a good synchronicity here that things are already well on their way. Doesn't have to be a super long move. Could be just a different apartment, same city, or could be cross country or a different country. But there's an element of like having to shift your energy in a different direction in order to call happiness in. And a part of this kind of work that you're doing with the universe is this bringing in new energy, is calling in new things, is moving to a new area, or even just if you're not planning on moving, like going to different neighborhoods to bring in fresh energy, to meet new people, trying new things. And with the Strength card, this is a reminder that this is a ongoing journey. Like we have the Fool and the Strength card. It's like, yes, there are a lot of new things happening, but we are still pursuing our happiness as we have probably from the moment you entered the world. And so this Sun card here is about like, and I think it's interesting that we have Two of Cups, which is about other people and relationships, and the Sun card, which is about us. This is about you becoming the most authentic version of yourself in your relationships. And unfortunately, and also fortunately, is going to be a test of the strength of those relationships, is how brightly you can shine in the context of them. And if you cannot shine brightly in a relationship, it is not for you. To be frank, do not dim your light for others, because they will not dim their light for you, and they shouldn't. And none of us really want that if we have other people's best interests in mind and our own. All right, final information, messages, guidance from Spirit. The Hermit. Four of Wands again. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think another sign that you're well on your way is you have experienced a period of loneliness and isolation. But know that we are coming to more connection. There's also connection with others when it comes to kind of like building things together. If you are someone who's very community focused, or who is looking to like build a kind of dynamic communal life, that is coming in. You were coming out of this Hermit energy with the Four, and we had this from the beginning with like 3 to 4 months coming in. We have the Four of Wands again. Now we have a 3 next to it. So in this 3 to 4 month, 3 to 4 month, 3 to 6 month, I'm trying to remember what I said. 3 to 4 months, 3 to 6 months. I think that both of those timelines apply. I think it was 3 to 4, but 3 to 6 is also coming through. I think if you're more at the beginning of this journey, it is going to take a little longer. But things are changing. You are going to find your stability. You are going to find your connection. Like you might feel really isolated now, but in the next few weeks, even with this new moon energy, you are going to start to feel the building of this community. And I love that this little ants in the 3, because it definitely feels on point. So like, also it's giving like, even if you are looking for more of like a romantic love, or for more like a more one-on-one dynamic with someone, having community is going to also bring this vibration of happiness that will bring in not just one-on-one dynamics, but community and groups and those things, which are also very wonderful to have. All right, final guidance, hope, any information we need to know before we are done. Judgment. Ooh. Page of Cups. And the World. Nice. Yeah, with the Judgment card, you're about to move to a new phase. It's going to be a real big difference too. But coming back to our first Oracle card, it is time. Seize the day. Today is the day. You got to do it, especially with this page here. Like, you got to step into it. You got to emotionally move yourself forward. You have to step into the magic and the energy of what is coming in next. Also, you have to believe that it is possible. You have to believe in happiness in order for the universe to be able to work with you, to co-create with you. And with the world here, which we have the very, very beginning and the very, very end right here, and we've gotten the full multiple times, you know, with the world here, this journey of happiness is even bigger than the 3 to 4 months, 3 to 6 months we've been talking about. This is a continued lifelong journey. And to both be able to see and desire the immediate, you know, a Knight of Wands, Page of Cups of it all, and also to see the broader picture is going to help you call in a happiness that is sustainable and fulfilling and loving and has longevity over time. And then last but not least, I'm going to pull one more just for you. A little hope, maybe a synchronicity, something in the deck that speaks to you and you alone. The King of Pentacles. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Believe in your power. Believe in your ability to be an equal partner with the universe. You know, not only is happiness showing up in the form of connection and care and friendships, it's also going to show up in the form of physical support. We haven't gotten a whole lot of pentacles here, which is why I haven't talked about money a whole lot. But that's also a part of it. It's just not going to be the thing that officially brings this in. That's just going to be a benefit to all of the other wonderful forms of happiness you are going to have. But overall, especially with 2 4 1s, that repeated Fool, new things are coming in, new stability, new connection, things that maybe you forgot from your childhood are going to return to you. And with this Judgment card, we are ending a massive cycle. It also feels like maybe you're transitioning to a new timeline or a different frequency, which would make sense with us kind of shifting the vibrations here. That is going to bring in a life that brings you true happiness, fulfillment, and success. Anyways, my loves, this was my reading for you on what you are co-creating with the universe. If you enjoy this reading, please like and subscribe. It helps my channel to grow. Also, comment down below. If you want to comment to claim this reading, you can comment the sun emoji or put 333 down below to show that you are here and that you claim this energy. What was I going to say? But yeah, feel free to comment. If you want a specific reading, you can ask me down in the comments and I will integrate it into a future one. But yeah, I wish you so many blessings on your journey to find happiness in your creation with the universe. And I wish you all many blessings, and I hope to see you in another one of my readings. Bye.